Lilith slowly opens her eyes. She looks around the room and sees Zach sitting on a chair. The chair actually looks more like a throne. He is sitting upright with his left leg across his right. His eyes are closed, and he looks like he's in a deep sleep. She looks down at Joey, who is sleeping so peacefully. Lilith carefully climbs out of her coffin, making sure not to wake Joey. She walks over to Zach, who slowly opens his eyes as she approaches. "How do you feel?" asks Zach. Lilith looks around the dark and gloomy cabin. Confused, she answers.
Actually, I feel great. No pain, the ringing in my ears have finally stopped.
That is all to be expected. Welcome to your new life, Lilith. Lilith looks around the room again as she hears movement from the coffins around the cave. Others are emerging.
What happened? I mean, out there. All I remember is waking that punda all wet rubble. Was that my house?
Yes, it was. The end of the world. That is what's happening out there. The mortals have finally come down to their own demise. With continuous fighting amongst themselves, they have nearly extinguished themselves.
Extinguished?
Lilith asks. Yes, as they are always fighting amongst themselves, they turn a blind eye to the consequences of their own actions. Famine, fires, disease, just to name a few. The fires are so wild, 3/4 of the world have been burnt to a crisp. Zach stands from his throne and starts to walk around the room where the others are standing and watching. He continues. Every 5 years we're allowed to enlist 2 new family members.
Why me and Joey? Why did you save us?
Lilith asks. I chose you, Lilith, because you have a kind heart. You are always kind to me. Although we never officially met, you always found the time to say hello and give me a friendly wave.
And if I said no?
We all must eat. Lilith's eyes widen in shock.
Is it just us? Are we the only ones?
Oh no, Lilith. There are thousands of us scattered around the world. We all live in harmony. Living amongst the mortals, well, we used to anyway.
How did you live amongst us? Don't you barely sunlight touches you?
Don't believe everything you see in the movies. They have no idea. Some say we can't go in direct sunlight or we'll burn. Some say our skin sparkles like diamonds due to the unique way our cells are structured. They all couldn't be more from the truth. As long as we don't vamp out in the sun, we are fine.
Vamp out?
To put it in layman's terms, turn into a vampire.
What happens if we do vamp out?
A seriousness comes over Zach's face. Honestly, Lilith, you don't want to know. Imagine this. The worst physical pain you have ever felt. The worst emotional pain you have ever felt. Then 100-fold that and make it last for an hour. Yes, it takes us an hour to die. Immense pain, physical and psychological, for that long. Zach starts to remember. Then he continues. I know this because I've seen it. Over 60 years ago, I lost my beloved Clara. She said she couldn't go on the way we were living.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Tears start to stream down Zach's face as he remembers. Suddenly, loud yelling can be heard from outside.
Help me. Please help me.
The others rush towards the entrance as Zach calmly walks towards the entrance. Lilith rushes over to Joey, picks him up and heads towards the entrance as well. When Zach reaches the entrance, he is greeted by a man covered in blood. He seems to be injured. In a panicked voice, he says, "Help me! Please help me!" What seems to be the problem? "They're trying to kill me!" "Please, step inside." As he enters the cave, the others are lined up along the walls either side of him. He looks towards them. They are all smiling at him. Zach gestures to him to go towards the room they had emerged from. On the way, he sees candles on either side of the cave. When he gets to the room, he stops, looks around in shock. Zach, Lilith and the others reach him and stop. "What is this place?" the stranger asks. "It is our home. We live in peace, away from the mortals." The stranger looks back nervously at Zach. "Mortals?" "Yes, mortals. You have now entered our domain. You must make a choice. Join us or what? Who are you people?" The stranger interrupts. "Who do you think we are?" The stranger looks around the room, the candles, the dripping water coming from the walls, the coffins. He then looks at the others, Lilith, Joey, and finally back at Zack. Oddly, he smiles, and with a sarcastic voice he says, "By the looks of the coffins, candles and everything, my guess is you're supposed to be vampires." Zack smiles along with everyone else, all revealing razor-sharp teeth. The stranger looks around at them, and his smile quickly turns into fear. "But vampires aren't real," the stranger nervously says. "Oh, my dear friend, yes we are. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name." "Frank?" Frank nervously answers. "Look, Frank, I'm Zack. This is Lilith. Lilith has just recently joined our family. I will give you the same choice I gave her. Join us, or you gonna drink my blood?" Frank interrupts. "Well, yes, that is how it works." Frank looks at Zack for a bit and says, "No way." He starts to run. "Hold him," Zack yells. The others grab him so he can't move. Zack walks towards Frank and stops. "I was hoping you were going to say that. Now, Lilith," Zack says as he's still staring at Frank, "now is your chance. You must be hungry. It is time to feed."
I can't.
Zack looks back at Lilith. "You must. If you don't, you will die and leave your precious Joey behind. You wouldn't want to do that, would you?" Lilith looks down at Joey, who looks back at her and smiles. Lilith puts Joey down. Joey walks up to Zack and reaches for his hand. Slowly, Lilith walks over to Frank as Zack and Joey take a step back. "No, no, please no," Frank begs. One of the others grabs the top of Frank's head and pulls it backwards, revealing a juicy neck. Standing, face to neck, Lilith looks back at Joey, who gives her a smile and a small nod, then back at Frank.
I'm sorry.
Lilith says as she opens her mouth, revealing razor-sharp teeth. She lunges forward towards Frank's neck. Frank lets out a horrifying scream, then Lilith stops, just before her teeth sink into Frank's exposed neck. Her teeth retract.
I can't.
Lilith says in a defeated voice. Zack, with a disappointed look on his face, shakes his head. He looks at the others, who are looking at him. He lifts his right hand. The eagerness can be seen on the other's face. Zack waves his hand once. Suddenly, all the others start to sink their teeth into Frank. His neck, the top of his head, his arms, his cheeks, blood sprouting out from every different part of his body. Frank yells in an almighty scream, a scream of pain and fear, knowing death is coming. Lilith turns her head away. The room is quiet. A loud thud can be heard. Lilith turns around. Frank is lying dead on the floor, covered in blood. She looks up to the others. They're all looking back at her and smiling their bloodied smile. She looks back at Zack, who is walking back to his throne. She rushes over to Joey and scoops him up in her arms. Zack sits down and begins to talk. Lilith, you knew what we were before you joined our family. You chose to join us. You knew you had to feed, to stay alive. You now must make a choice. Feed or die.